Yes.
All
Do
right.
this.
All right, gentlemen, how we doing tonight?
Hey, doing good.
Doing good.
Yeah.
First beer of the day.
First beer.
Good.
I'll have to say this is not my first beer of the day, but
I saw.
Oh man.
I wanted to make sure I drank something good before I had to choke down this
boy.
BBC. Anyway,
Yeah. Right.
Well,
He's doing some stretches
Wow.
before having this dark beer. Yeah.
Anyway, this is the Couch Co-op Show. I'm Ian. I got Jared, Dave, and Aaron as always.
Hey.
What up, guys?
The Couch Co-op Show, we drink a beer every week, and we tell you our thoughts about it. You can find us on all the podcasting platforms. You can also find us live on twitch.tv/The Couch Co-op Shows, which is our video game channel, but I didn't start a new channel, so just watch our beer shit on our video game channel, because this is slightly video game adjacent. Hopefully Aaron has thought about his video game for the week. Anyway,
I have.
let's get to drinking.
All right, boys.
Aaron, what is your week, Aaron?
Yes, it is. And mine is the Waves of Silence from Fort George Brewery. One of my favorite local breweries that you can only get their beer only on the Northwest.
More like
coastal
waves
range,
of
which-
mutilation. Anyway.
You say these things, but I'm very curious.
Ian's not looking forward to this. It's
An
his least
imperial
favorite time of
stout.
year. Yeah, imperial. So be ready, Ian.
A pint
gotta
of
do these once in a
9%.
Yes.
Ready to
we
crack
got-
them, boys?
Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Let's crack them.
That shouldn't smell that bad.
It doesn't smell too bad.
Yeah, it smells good.
No.
Oh,
It
it's like
does
engine
kind of look
oil.
like motor oil.
God, it does
Yeah.
look like motor oil. Oh my God.
Oh, look at that head. Isn't that beautiful?
I'll
It
show you.
sure
I'll show you
is.
something beautiful.
Oh boy, I couldn't even pour mine all the way just because of how
Oh man.
more I.
Dude,
that's-
I don't know if
that
I can
is
do.
Wonderful.
Good pour right there. That's nice.
Mm.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know if I can
Oh,
drink this beer.
yeah, I smell a lot of like cocoa flavor.
it's really cocoa-y. It's really cocoa-y. I kind of like this actually.
It's
I
like
never
drinking
had this
beer,
one.
chocolate milk.
They have one of those.
Oh.
They do.
Yeah.
Oh, that is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
really like
fantastic.
this. This is awesome.
I gotta concur with
Oh.
Dave and Jared on this one. I'm sorry. It's so
This
good.
isn't- Well, I
Isn't this the
want-
one that does the SOB?
No, this is the one that does the
No,
Vatican
SOB.
stout.
Okay, yeah, I know. I like some of their other stouts that they've done over the years.
I tell you what, if you do like this beer, this is very typical of Fort George's stouts.
I feel
They're
bad.
usually always pretty good.
I feel like this is like a $4 beer that's being wasted on me because this this is like not good.
I just can't wait to see us slog it down.
This is the beer I always want. Like whenever I
What?
order,
Dude,
order a stout.
When it comes to
This is
stouts,
good.
Yeah, flavor wise, it's not coffee, which is always good.
But it's 9%,
Mhm.
so it's gonna
right?
get you.
It'll get you good.
Yeah,
It's like chocolate, alcohol, jerky. It's like those three flavors.
Yeah, that's why it's
It's
so good,
awful.
isn't it?
Oh.
Right?
yeah.
I understanding the
It's a
jerky
sip
is
and not a
because of the
gulp, but-
roasted, the roastiness
Roasted
of
malts
the malts and
yeah.
stuff. Give it a jerky thing. So it's like sweet jerky, but this is like dipped in chocolate milk and
Yeah,
burning with alcohol. It's just like, no, thank you.
See, I don't get the burning with the alcohol. Like I can
I
tell it's
taste the
strong,
alcohol
but-
in it. I taste
I
the
can
alcohol.
taste
in
the
it.
alcohol, but not like a burn.
No, it doesn't burn.
So-
I just
Yeah.
it's just really apparent. You know how we
Ian
were drinking.
is following this with a Hefeweizen. That was his prior drink. Was a Hefeweizen, very light wheat beer.
Well, I was just
and
drinking
now
a
he's
beer.
throwing this hearty beer on his tongue.
Oh, unfortunately for the listeners, this is limit. I didn't realize this is the limited edition. It's not even on the website. If you search though, it's
that's my
like
bad.
Waves of Silence explores the darker recesses of the recipe book.
Jesus Christ.
I could see that. This is like the high octane imperial stout that everybody knows, but everybody doesn't know, but everybody who's had this loves because it's the stout that stout drinkers want. And I am not a stout drinker, but I could definitely see myself buying another, at least mixed pack of this because it's so. I just want to go back to the brewery. I've been there like 3 times, and I loved every time I went there. I love their beer. I love their food, and I would love for them to come closer to Portland. But I know they're not going to. But
Fort George, I love.
They're currently rated at 89% on Beer Advocate.
Oh, that's not that good.
Well, that's like out of reviews, it's like 4.5 stars.
How many reviews?
Just 22.
Oh, just 22.
Very small sampling.
Okay, that's not,
I can imagine because I don't think this beer. I hadn't seen it anywhere else since Erin gave it to us because I've kind of really wanted to get into this because I love Fort George beers and they also do really good. Honestly, I think they do some of the best IPAs as well. Their 3-way IPAs are always fantastic.
Oh yeah, those are so good.
Collaborate with the 2 other breweries, but.
I love theirs. I also like their Imperial, not Imperial. It's like a barrel-aged Pilsner that they have, the Cathedral Church or whatever it's called.
What was the hazy or the juicy, Jared, at the beer event we went to? What IPA from Fort George was that we were really good?
I honestly don't remember. Yeah. We drank so many stinky beers.
It might have been the 3-way.
Yeah, the 3-way was really good.
Is that a hazy or a juicy?
It can be hazy. I think it varies. They usually just call it an IPA, but sometimes
no. This definitely had a name. It wasn't like a straight IPA.
Yeah, it might be. The 3-way changes that depending on who they're brewing it with.
Yeah,
but it's always good whether it's straight or hazy.
Just when I'm coming around to Fort George, I get something like this, and I'm like, "Fuck this brewery."
You know, the only thing that would make this better is if it was aged.
If it was a lager.
Barrels.
No, that's even worse.
Yeah, the Boneyard 3-way has a 91.
Yeah.
Could you imagine 3-way?
Yeah.
They made a 3-way with Boneyard? Okay. I did not know that.
Yeah,
Boneyard I think they made one with pretty
IPA.
much most of the popular breweries.
I only know Cloudburst and Level, but that's all I can remember from them if I remember correctly. But I didn't know they made one with Boneyard. Okay.
How's this going down for you, Ian?
It's not. It's awful. It's gross. Fort George is still reigning. Fort George is still reigning supreme as one of the most overrated breweries in Oregon.
Oh, if you like stouts, I think you'd be a little more high on them.
No, man. I don't think so. I don't think so.
They made the best stouts in Oregon.
Disagree.
I would, because I've had at least.
Well, we know where this is going.
This
is getting 3 thumbs up. This is getting 3 thumbs up. So. We can just stop this episode and move on.
Ian does not want to finish his glass, is what he's saying.
Yeah, he doesn't have to. I mean,
yeah, it's not a requirement. You can
down in one.
I think I would throw up all over the camera.
Either way, it's gonna end up in the toilet. So
you know what though? I would, you know what, Jared? You know how you were talking yesterday on Discord a little bit about I guess I don't have to use Terminator to mix it to make a Rubinator. This might work really well with an Imperial Ruby, and I could, kind of fruiting it up a bit might be interesting. I could see maybe being able to drink it that way.
As a side note, there's a local restaurateur called McMenamin's, and now they have a fancy edition of their Ruby with raspberry ale.
Yeah,
it's
the
an
regular
Imperial version.
4%, and that's 8%. And they make a great stout called Terminator. So also 4 or 5%.
Which is way more drinkable than this motherfucker.
Right.
I'm drinking a shit ton of Terminator. I don't like this one.
I love the molasses flavor you're getting out of it.
Yeah,
I understand where he's coming from, though. This is one of those beers. It's not. I get where he's coming from. It's strong. It kind of has that overpowering presence that every Imperial IPA or stout has, but it's very smooth to guys like.
I don't like how the chicken, alcohol, and maltiness run into each other here. I just don't like. It's not a good flavor to me. I don't know. That's those. They're not running. They're not running together for me.
You see, for me, the flavors are all running together in just the way I want them to, and the aftertaste is malty and chocolatey and big and bold and.
Yeah, you can really taste the roasted malty flavor. It's super good.
It's not for everybody. It really isn't. I didn't know what I was coming into. I've never had this one before. I've had the Cavatica, and that one's good,
Yeah.
But I'm not a stout person, so I kind of came at this one with a grain of salt. I thought it was gonna be more like Ian, but then I smelled it. It was tasty smelling, and then I tried it, and I'm already almost done here. See?
Oh, it's got a good burp.
Oh yeah, it's going down fast.
The
I did not
aftertaste is the
anticipate this going
worst.
down.
Ugh. It's like
See, I
rotten,
guess
it's like
I was
rotten
expecting
milk.
to be like, yeah,
Tastes like rotten milk.
Wow.
It's awful in the
I
back.
was expecting to. I was expecting to be like that, but I'm a huge fan now of this stuff.
Needless
like
to say, whenever I see a stout from Fort George, I always buy it because I think I've only had one that I didn't like, and that was because it was an espresso stout, and I don't like the flavor of coffee. So if you put coffee in beer, that's an automatic.
I almost think I would probably whatever
That's
that one is.
Ian
I probably
level
would
for
drink
me.
that one. I would have to taste that one to know if it
the
was.
split shot.
There's some that do a mocha flavor versus a coffee flavor, and it's much better and different than just straight up coffee.
Yeah.
So those, if it says mocha, I'll
Right,
buy it.
I
If
agree.
it says just straight up coffee, I won't buy it.
This is just big, bold, and a punch in the face of flavor.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It's not good flavor, but it definitely punches you in the face.
the stoutiest stout you could get.
It's like if you walked up to Aaron's ass and you just farted in your face. That's what this beer is.
A breath of fresh air.
I only picked on you, Aaron, because you chose the beer.
I thought we were. Mine's not as bad as Dave's is. His farts are awful.
I know, but
Only when I'm on.
you picked the beer.
antibiotics.
You picked the beer, so I'm picking on you.
Yes, I did, and I have no regrets.
Well, I guess
So-
you didn't
No, we got
technically pick the beer. Dave got this one because you didn't have your actual pick. They didn't have.
Yeah, I was actually going to pick Cavatica,
Oh yeah.
and they
That's
were
right,
out of
yeah.
Cavatica, and they only had this, so I was like,
Cheers, Dave.
yeah, cheers.
So you're right, Aaron. You're wrong. It's like getting farted in the face by this dirty British guy. Just like
I will say this though, I do love their can design.
On antibiotics.
Every single can from Fort George is actually really good. I like them.
I do agree with that.
This
Hey,
can is
hey,
really
I
cool.
will say, hey,
That's
Fort
not it.
George has some great graphic designer on their team.
They have a unified look, even though they're all different with
Right.
the kind of way they do the
All
name
their
on the
labeling
side.
of the beer is all the same,
I
uniform,
like
and
you
then
can always find,
yeah.
you can always see. They always put what style of beer it is, what percentage as well, because some beers I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, where's the?
Ooh.
Am I going to be drinking rocket fuel or am I going to be drinking water? You know, and
Yeah,
Right.
that's true.
so
I'd
And
rather
this
drink
is
both right
rocket
now.
water.
anyway, what do we know about Fort George?
I don't know.
Well,
I didn't fucking look this beer up.
Okay,
I
Found it
do
in-
know. I know that they're local. They're only distributing to the Pacific Northwest. I know that for a fact, but that's about it. I know they've been around for at least since the 2000s. But
yeah, they started in
I might puke
2007,
anyway.
and I think the name after the building they're in is called the Fort George Building out in Astoria, and that's where they got the
Yes.
name. But
yes,
I don't know if you've
that's
ever been out there. It's quite a nice little pub.
hmm
So
Oh, it's
and
so
the
beautiful. Like it's like
food's- Excuse me. The
Bless
food
you.
is good. Thank you.
I love. Yeah, I remember going there the first time, and their pizza is on point. And I had their barbecue. The barbecue's good, but their pizza is really where it's at. I didn't get a chance to go to the bottom level, like the lower area of the place, because I guess they have 3 separate styles of food that happen in that place. Like there's
Yep.
restaurant, and there's a pizzeria, and then the bottom one I think is like just pub food. Which
Anyway, if you're ever in the Pacific Northwest, Astoria is a really nice place to visit. It's a nice little town.
Yeah,
It's
There's a
really
couple of
it got
breweries there, and it's nice and walkable when there's a few things to look at and do. I
it's
like
got a
it.
great smell though.
yeah, it smells awesome.
It smells awesome. Almost.
Wait, is it silent?
There's like a caramel smell going on. I think the caramel of the malts maybe,
Yeah.
but it does not transfer over to the flavor. It's
You see, for me, it does. That's the thing.
No, it
It's weird.
doesn't. It's like more
So-
alcohol-y.
Dave,
that's been me.
here's one for you on there. A bit of history in Fort George is Astoria was renamed Fort George after King George III while under temporary British authority during the War of 1812.
Oh, that's why I hate this brewery.
I did not know that. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I
new
did
to
not
me.
know that. I thought like the English had pretty much given up on the
yeah.
West
And
Coast
over
by then.
At over 200 years,
I didn't even know
Astoria
they were
is the
coming for the West
oldest
Coast.
American settlement west of the Rockies.
Huh.
So that's
I
interesting.
know that there was a map. I know there's a
that was
massive.
Oregon City, the way they talk about it, but it makes sense because
Right.
it's the very end, isn't it, of the Oregon Trail is Cape Disappointment, which is a fantastic name.
Is there anything else about this
Right.
beer they haven't shared or no? Or
It's
It's
a
part
beer
of a series that they
Yeah.
do of kind of low, like experimental beers where the brewers get to basically brew something silly.
Yeah.
oh, it's hilarious
one-
over here.
I feel like this one kind of. I felt like this is one of the ones that broke that. Because people responded really well to the first time this came out, so they just keep coming out with it, but they just experiment with what they throw in there.
I don't know. I had one called From Astoria with Love from this, and it was
Oh,
got a
I've
great
seen
little
that
Russian
one.
doll on it, and that
Oh, yeah,
beer was that was better than this one, but this is top.
I have a question.
dollar.
They have another one of those. It's called the Matushka one.
Yeah.
I think.
Something like this, would you ever like into your glass, you like the glasses Jared and Dave have? Would you put a scoop of ice cream, like vanilla ice cream, and then pour this in and do that? Would you guys ever do that?
Can't say I've ever tried it.
I've never tried it. I would be more likely to
curious,
put a shot
though.
of whiskey in it, actually.
Oh.
But
I would be willing to try that. I mean,
the cheap bourbon barrel aging thing.
I just feel like this is one of those
whiskey in.
things that like maybe you guys are like, oh, this would be a cool like stout shake, stout float.
It wouldn't.
I've never done that. I don't experiment with beer very much when it comes to like mixing and adding to
I did that
things.
once, and it was a terrible idea.
This seems like it might mellow out a little bit with that, like a little vanilla ice cream. It might.
No,
I do think honestly, like some of the criticisms you're leveling at it, Ian. Now that we've got into a bit more, I do feel like this would definitely benefit from being aged for a year. It would mellow out some of the alcohol and some of the flavors you're talking about. Because it does taste a little young, if you know what I mean.
It's intense, yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like,
yeah.
if they said, okay, we're
It's like just
for a
an
couple
assault
years
on my fucking. It's just like an assault.
It is an assault. I'll give you that. I like the assault.
I feel like the
I'm
assault,
enjoying
like the stout. What was the stout that I meteorically liked from you, Jared?
The left hand
milk stout.
Nitro milk
or the
stout.
nitro milk stout. So that one I felt like was pretty level, pretty smooth, pretty even bodied. This one is just like you look one way, it punches you. You look down, it punches you. It fucking.
It's all over the place. It's
like,
all over the place in a good way.
Aggressive, is it?
I agree.
I don't think it's in a good way.
Oh, I do. I think.
Hey,
I love
you know
the
what?
alcohol.
You know what? If they did a version that was aged for a year, I would try. I would do it again in the hopes that it would level out, because I feel like it's just too much.
Let's find another 4-pack, boys.
I do agree with you that if it was left a year, it would the flavors would.
Even if this beer just kind of left, just even if I don't know, it's just like so much.
There is a lot going on. The molasses is strong in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely had the motor oil look when it poured out.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, honestly, I understand where he's coming from, because if it were to sit a little longer, it'd probably be a lot better.
It's you know what the problem with it is for me? It's not even that it's like it's just so rich. It is so sweet of a beer.
I would not drink more than one of these.
Yeah, you couldn't drink it. I could. There's no way I could do that. I'd puke. Like, it's just such a rich beer. It's just like
very filling. Yeah.
Or it would be
it's not heavy. The body wise
for the whole night, and I'd be done.
Body wise, I could keep drinking, but like just the flavor is so rich that I just like, man, this is
yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I really like the whole chocolate cake.
It's like eating like a pound dark chocolate bar. It's like if you were just shoving a whole pound of dark chocolate in your mouth is what this is. It's just like...
I have to say, I just ate a bunch of udon noodles, and it paired really well with that.
Oh, I can see that.
Oh,
the
man.
umami flavor.
Yeah, that was so good.
The umami is strong in this. With this one.
Hey, I finished it.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey.
Wow, you actually did it.
Hallelujah.
Ain't no fucking asshole. I'm a fucking alcoholic for life. No.
Jeez, I didn't think you'd finish it.
No, I'm actually surprised. In fact, you finished it before everyone else.
Yeah, mine's
done?
been gone for
We
a
done?
hot minute.
Oh,
Yeah.
mine's got.
Dave's
Mine's
the
for
only
a hot
one.
minute.
Yeah.
That's a shocker.
Oh, I mean, we already know what I'm gonna do.
Well, I really want.
Yeah. I'm giving it a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. 3 thumbs up.
Three.
And Ian, a thumbs down.
Aaron, what video game are you pairing this fucking beer with?
All right, so I thought about this one for a solid 20 minutes, and I'm gonna go with No Man's
You know what,
Sky.
Aaron? Oh, No Man's Sky.
Oh, I had.
I was gonna say, Aaron. I was gonna pause. Just like it's exactly been 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I was also gonna go with Guardians of the Galaxy, but I'm like, no. I feel like.
Have you beat
I feel like
Guardians
No Man's
yet?
Sky. No, I've been just busy
you got
with the
7
Too
days.
busy. He's too
You got
busy.
7 days.
No Man's Sky. Why did you pick No Man's Sky for this beer?
Well, I feel like when I would play that game, I'm remarkably quiet, and the name of the beer, Waves of Silence.
I was gonna say
So I
overly hyped, didn't do well at the beginning, but they came back and fixed it. So maybe they'll come back and fix this beer.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
There ain't nothing
You wanna
needs
know
be
the game I
fixed
was
with this
thinking?
beer.
what was Jared thinking?
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh
Jeez.
God, I never played
can
that
Very
one.
dark beer, and it's in the ocean a lot
You can
of the
tell
time.
it's a motor oil of beer when you look in the glass and it's got like the brown
Oh, yeah.
tinge to it.
Yeah, it's got a
Yeah.
little bit in the. Oh,
Yeah. But no, I really like No Man's Sky, and I really like this beer, and I felt like they kind of like fit in a way.
It does
but
feel
on the
like
same
you're
token-
trying to survive
Yeah.
when you're drinking
Well, I'm well over 100 hours into that game, and I've still never been to the center of the universe. But I got the platinum trophy in it.
Nice.
it. It's got a lot of
Nice,
shit
dude.
going on that doesn't quite meld together.
Yeah.
But it works, though. It
works.
It's not for everybody.
Yeah, that's probably the other reason why I picked it. I would have picked Guardians of the Galaxy, like I said, but
Yeah, hey, No Man's Sky is a good one. Yeah.
All right, No Man's
I
Sky.
agree.
Well, next week it is my choice, and we're doing Tsingtao
Ooh.
Yeah.
Lager, imported premium. Where's it from?
China, I think, isn't it?
Is it China?
I don't know.
Hong Kong originally,
Kong?
but yeah, so China.
China
Oh.
now. There you
Yeah.
go. That's on the next show. Next show.
All right.
And this show is the penultimate show. The next show is Aaron's last show for it with us for a little while. We'll probably get into that a
For a
little
while,
bit next
yeah.
week.
Yeah.
But
I feel Aaron might have something to celebrate. You know.
well, he's celebrating.
Yeah.
He's being a dad. He's being
Yep.
a dad.
Yeah, little daddy.
So he may have a
Maybe a
beer or
couple.
two without us. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, boys and girls, or just all boys. I think we're done. What do we? I don't know. You can find our podcast available everywhere where podcasts are sold. You can also find the video version. The video version is super cool. You get to see us. You get to see me making awful faces as I drink. You just go to youtube.com/milkmanpictures, and you will find all the episodes and me liking or hating, all the guys liking or hating beers. You get to see us making faces and being funny.
Yeah, that first
sometimes
sip
loving.
kind of like, oh,
And then, social media, we're going to use our video game handles. So you go to @CouchCoopShows. Aaron?
Yeah. No hyphen. All one word.
yeah.
I've done it in a
It's
while.
been a
man.
while.
It's been a while. Oh,
Yay.
what?
Call me
Here.
again next week.
Wait. Let's try it one more time. And
It's
on
all
all
one-
our social media, you can find us on all our social medias at @CouchCoopShows.
All one word, no hyphen.
Yes.
There we go.
Anyway, until then, Jared, what do we tell the
Beer
public?
responsible.
Be responsible.
You're responsible.
So
That's a
awful.
good idea. I like
Drink
it, though.
Imperial
It's-
Stout.
You know what? I don't think I beered responsible tonight for the last half
stout it
hour.
up. Stout it up, baby.
I think that was not responsible of me. All right.
Oh
Good
my
night, everybody.
goodness.
Yeah, have a good night, guys.
Night, guys. Be responsible.